Amitabh, as Brijesh was saying, I mean, this is all just, sound and fury signifying nothing, because the electoral results, the yields that the Congress could get from this is very minimal. So it just seems to be a kind of, a yatra for the sake of doing it, for doing something at least, right? But what do you think is what are the challenges before the BJP in the next couple of months? It looks like they are well poised to win the next election, at least get a simple majority. But what are the big challenges that could actually happen? Because a lot of Congress leaders, in fact, are saying that, listen, this was exactly what you said in 2004, and where you had the India Shining campaign, and look what happened. We came back, we were there for 10 years. Could something like that happen?
Well, see, challenges are there, of course, that the party could become overconfident, especially the cadre and the leadership. And there is a complacency angle, of course, involved in all of this. See, I always believe that your biggest strength is always your biggest weakness. So, Modi is the strength of BJP, but he also signifies the weakness of the party, in the sense that the party is a lot dependent upon him.
Yes.
Especially in the national election. In 2019, 1 out of every 3 voters who voted for the BJP voted because of the Modi factor.
Right.
1 out of 3. So now there is a lot of debate whether the brand Modi, which is still popular, is in which stage. I mean, there are 4 stages of a brand: introduction, growth, maturity, decline. So where is he exactly poised? Because that would determine the future of the BJP. In terms of the repeat of 2004 India Shining campaign, see, there's a vast difference between 2004 and 2024. In 2004, the BJP was dependent upon allies. The BJP had only 180 odd seats, if I remember. Okay? And around 100 seats, it was dependent upon the I.N.D.A. allies to perform. But today, the BJP has a simple majority of its own. So it is not dependent upon any ally as such. In 2004, or in fact in 2009, the BJP did not have a high number of seats in UP. Because today, it is having almost 80% of the seats in the top state of the country, which sends the maximum number of people. In 2004, again, if we see, Vajpayee was a brand, of course, as himself, but BJP was again dependent upon 2 people to attract a large section of votes. One was a more consensus liberal Vajpayee, who was leading the coalition, and thus the
unifier.
Voter. He was attracting all those people, whereas Advani ji used to appeal to the Hindutva voter. Now here, in terms of Modi has a much bigger appeal in terms of a brand. Because he is not only a Hindutva leader, he is a leader of the OBC, he is a champion of the poor, a business industry leader, a Vishwaguru leader, a masculine leader, a nationalist. There are so many segments which attracts voters from.
Absolutely.
So the pie of the BJP, which was earlier at that point of time perhaps 20-25%, is today we are seeing it is 37%. And out of that, 12% is the Modi factor. So the pie of the party has increased probably just from 20 to 25, but the personal premium is 12%.
That's the brand Modi premium.
Brand Modi premium is 12%. And if you go by the India Today Mood of the Nation survey held in August, it says 44% of the people who are voting for the BJP is because of Modi. So from 33%, we witnessing an increase up to 44%. So the brand is fairly powerful, and the party is not dependent upon any other party to get it past the halfway mark. So that's
in fact, Amitabh, when you're talking about brand Modi, I was just reminded of your namesake in the 70s. He was called the one-man industry. That India Today called him the one-man industry because he was doing everything. He was the actor, he was the comedian, he was the villain, he was the everything all in one, and that kind of. But as you rightly pointed out, he is the BJP's biggest strength, and he could indeed be the biggest weakness as well, because the questions will begun to be asked soon, or after Modi who. And Brijesh, The slogan that's emerging now very clearly is, of course, the Modi ki guarantee, the one that came out of the state elections, and I think the party plans to use that in the general elections as well. But this thing of 400 par, 400 seats, how are they going to get 50% of the vote share when you have large parts of South India where the BJP is not a force to reckon with?
Well, I think, post-election, somebody said that how do you see 2024 election? I say it is the only two equations in play, either 350 plus or 400 plus.
Right.
So there is what. See, the point is that, as you said, that, the Congress are saying that you could see a repeat of 2004.
Right.
The fact of the matter is that, then they have to believe in magic.
Yeah.
Because politically, Congress is at its nadir.
Right.
They are at 44.
Yeah.
They are completely wiped out from all northern states,
Right.
which contributes a sizable chunk as far as which sends maximum number of member parliaments
Right.
to the Loksabha.
Yeah.
The Congress is not only bereft of idea. The Congress has absolutely zero idea how to go ahead and tackle this guy.
Right.
If you remember Bihar election, the reason why people started saying that Tejasvi has matured beyond his age is because he stuck to his narrative.
Right.
He did not allow BJP to dictate his narrative, and that is the reason why he came. There are several other factors.
Came very
but
close to
they never
capturing power.
allowed
Yes.
his narrative to be hijacked by the BJP.
Right.
The Congress at best is reacting to what the BJP is doing.
Right.
And that is the biggest problem which the Congress is facing right now.
Right.
They don't have leadership. They
Right.
don't have regional satraps
Yeah.
who owe their existence to the central leadership.
Right.
So there's what happened to Kamal Nath's and Ashok Gehlot's and Bhupesh Baghel of the
Yes.
world. They refused to toe the diktats of the central leadership, ran their
Right.
own campaign, lost badly, and the Congress ultimately
Yeah, so they
suffered
were
a lot.
bereft of ideas,
They're
as you
bereft of
said.
ideas. So
And Gautam, do you believe, as Brijesh was saying, the Congress needs to believe in magic to come back in 2024? And what kind of shape and form is this magic, how is it going to play out?
Well, a lot has to do with the I.N.D.I.A alliance, which even just months before the actual election, it's very unclear who is doing what to whom, how will they seat share, will they compete against each other. At the present moment, it looks like an uncooked meal.
Right.
And so the chances of them putting this together in the time that is available, notwithstanding that they can probably do without a prime ministerial candidate at this point in time, but can they get at least 100 seats between them? It looks unlikely.
100 seats at least. Amitabh, if Prime Minister Modi comes back, it will probably be the first time that India has seen this kind of electoral verdict, that one Prime Minister coming back for 3 successive terms. We've not seen that since Pandit Nehru in 1962. How is that going to transform the Indian political landscape in 2024? A third term for Modi.
See, a third term for Modi would mean that, I mean, we are already seeing signs of it in his outreach currently, is that there will be an effort on the part of Modi to increase the vote base.
Right.
That we are saying in terms of an appeal to the Pasmanda Muslims and the Christian community, because he would want to leave a legacy, leave a mark, and emerge as a statesman next only to Nehru. So we will see a more accommodative, a more liberal BJP in the coming days if he comes back to power. And this is contrary to what many people would believe, that Yogi Adityanath is going to be his successor. I don't think so. That is going to likely to happen, because in India you need a more liberal person at the top post, and BJP also understands this. Correct. I mean, if it is being able to get almost 50% of the vote share of the Hindus, and let's say if by any chance it is able to also appeal to the minorities, then it becomes a win-win situation, and a strategy which will lead it to rule for years. Correct, in a country like India. So I think minority appeasement, I would not say, but trying to woo minorities and also bring them on to the bandwagon, and of course his economic dream, which is of making India a developed economy by 2047. So we will also see many steps in that direction, bringing up the people at the bottom of the pyramid, because Garib Kalyan has been the focus of Prime Minister Modi, and he has said that Garib is the only jati, or perhaps one of the jatis.
Brajesh, what is the third term for Prime Minister Modi? What is it going to be? A accommodative BJP, a more liberal, government, or how does that play out?
No, I broadly agree with what Amitabh is saying, but on one aspect I don't agree with him, which is like, I have my serious doubts about the liberal angle, because it's not like for the first time, the BJP has made an outreach to Pasmanda Muslims.
Yes.
But when we went out to do stories, I traveled across Lucknow, and they, one of the recurring phrase was that when the local BJP karyakartas talk about the Pancharwalas and the others, we are that Pancharwala which the Prime Minister is trying to make an outreach to. So I think, to get out of the tiger, it would require a bigger, a much more surer skill set than what we are witnessing right now. If you remember, Mohan Bhagwat, when he said, I don't remember when the last time I saw the kind of abuse which was hurled towards Mohan Bhagwat when he made the statement that, Hindus should stop looking for mosque under, or for mandir under every mosque.
Yes.
From that second, the kind of social media fury which was unleashed on him clearly showed that there is a solid hardline fringe which is not going to be subjugated just because the leader one day decided to be liberal. So how does he tame that? I think is going to be a big challenge as far as his third term is concerned.
Right. And Gautam, how does this? How do you think a third term of Prime Minister Modi is going to play out? Do you think that it's going to be broad-based, or as Brijesh said, that they will have to kind of cater to the hardcore Hindutva fringe?
What has already happened is an appeal to nationalism, patriotism, Hindutva as part of the mix, inclusiveness, welfare, lifting the extreme poor out of the poverty trap. So all of this put together, and of course, a massive emphasis on infrastructure and modernization. This is transforming the country. Also, defense manufacturing, a very high level of diplomacy, effectiveness is coming across. So I think it would be simplistic to talk in terms of a Hindu Rashtra right away. But which way is it headed? Possibly in that direction, but only by popular demand. And it is coming along incrementally.
News9 Plus. Download now.